The 2001 British and Irish Lions tour to Australia was one of the most eagerly awaited in the history of the most famous touring side in the world. The 37-man squad was set to embark on a 10-match tour that would culminate in a 3-test series against the reigning world champions and arguably the best international side on the planet. The tour would begin against Western Australia, followed by a Queensland President's 15. Then some potentially bruising encounters against Australia's 3 Super 12 outfits, finishing off with those 3 test matches at the end of June and the start of July. So the first Lions side to appear in Australia for 12 years ran out at the Wacker in Perth for the tour opener against Western Australia. The first opportunity for the players to stake a claim for a place in the test side. Captain for this first match was Ireland's Keith Wood. Their opponents were made up of mainly amateur players, and over the course of the next 80 minutes, they would be exposed to the ruthless, predatory nature of the Lions.
When you're right, Matt. Whatever happens over the next 6 weeks, the Lions always make history. It's as simple as that. Enjoy. Lost forward. Advantage red, lost forward. And so important for Western Australia to get a good start in this game. No advantage from the lost forward by goal. Red scrum. The first knock on goes the Lions' way. Red scrum.
Now the Lions do have great physical superiority. You saw the way they attacked that set piece, and you expect them to attack in the scrums. It should be a great evening for Robert Howley. He's got a wonderful platform to put his markers down for the test place.
Howley says he's delighted to get this first chance. There's some unfinished business in his career, having flown home injured halfway through the last Lions tour, and there he goes right off the base of the scrum. Play on, off the feet, play on. And Neil Back and Quinnell were following. It was Back on the floor, who did good work to find Vickery. Now it's out to Greenwood. It'll show the ball from Greenwood. Just short of that WA 22. Howley spins it out. O'Gara's pass is good. Keith Wood's popped up in midfield. This is a strong start from the Lions. Dan Luger has a go. Foot in touch. And they were looking to stretch the opposition. This is Campbell Duff to throw. Only 21, the youngest member of the home side, and he doesn't hit his man. And the power of the Lions pack in full evidence there. Howley waits, gives it to O'Gara, missing out Greenwood that time. The decoy in midfield, plenty of numbers. Greenwood again, little short ball, Scott Quinnell. Try number 1. The journey begins, and it's Scott Quinnell.
Well, Western Australia made a number of good tackles, but what you could see is their inability to reorganise. When the direction of play is switched, they were outnumbered.
O'Gara tries to convert from out wide. It's a difficult kick, but he makes it look very easy. That is a top start from Ronan O'Gara. Lions well on their way, leading 7-0, only 4 minutes played. There's Grucock. It's over. Keith Wood right on the mark with the throw again. He gives it back to Robert Howley, who dances through to score a lovely individual try from the scrum half. He's a driven man on this tour. The Lions putting their marker down, Howley doing the same on a personal basis.
He'll need to be at his best to knock Dawson out of contention, and this, well, it's sweet from Howley. He'll face better oppositions around the fringes, but that's trademark Robert Howley. He really is like a darting greyhound close to the line. The forwards drive, Western Australia, they're backpedaling. That's a bad situation for a defender to find himself in. Show of the ball, and he's over.
Had a horrible end to that tour in South Africa. The day he was injured against Natal, well, the following day his wife and family were due to fly out, and he had to tell them not to come. This is a good kicking start from Ronan O'Gara, both through the post and out of hand. Graham Henry watches on and makes his notes, and there'll be positive notes so far.
Again, you see the Lions just driving the opponents back in the tackle. Vickery that time with the tackle, and there's the turnover.
And Howley spots something on, finds Keith Wood, and waiting is Dan Luger. He puts his foot to the floor. That is a world-class finish from Dan Luger. So much pace.
Poor old Hamish Walden there. Welcome to the world of professional high-class rugby. Keith Wood found himself in midfield, and this time he didn't eat the space. Howley with a wide ball to Wood. This time it goes quickly. Taylor to Luger, and Walden is not getting anywhere near the speed in Harlequin.
Good running from O'Driscoll from full-back, an amazing finish here for O'Driscoll. Didn't quite have the pace to get away. Good chasing back from Western Australia, but Howley's got it now, and so has Will Greenwood. Easy as that. Inspired by O'Driscoll's burst.
Luger scrum half, Howley fly half. Stroll over Will Greenwood. Now catch and drive, I wonder.
Neil Back made sure he got on the end of it. Now it's the drive to the line, and at the bottom of all of that is Neil Back.
Well, the Lions have so many options. We've seen them score a minute ago from this position. This time, it's the drive again, but more orthodox.
It could be the same result. It should be the same result now, unless somehow Western Australia can drag it into touch. Wayne Eriksson looks and gives. Well, that cricket scoreboard may be coming in handy soon. Neil Back's gone in for another try. Coming up to the half-hour point. 36. Richard Hill. Robert Howley. O'Gara. A quick service again from the fly half. Mark Taylor sensing that numbers weren't on his side out wide, so he kept it tight, and Malcolm O'Kelly does the same. Now Howley can go in, and maybe this is the time to strike as Greenwood gets it on to Hill. Good ball back inside, and Grewcock goes through to score. Patience all the way there from the Lions. Waited for the opening and then supplied the kill. It's good rugby.
It is, and I tell you what, Richard Hill yet again involved all over that move. Tremendous performance. Just an unflagging effort again, and Danny Grewcock finishing it off very well. Both he and Malcolm O'Kelly very active. There's a particularly fine sight in rugby, the Lions front row going down. Shaven heads to the fore.
Well, of course, Darren Morris started life as a flanker. Here's a back row man in Scott Quinnell. He's enjoying himself. The Lions are enjoying themselves. And the prediction of a point a minute is being exceeded. They're thinking century. Grewcock causing mayhem there. Arms going like pistons. Very awkward man to stop. Oh, look at O'Driscoll come in there. Flying up from fullback. Greenwood out to Wood. Talking about flying. Luger keeps the theme going. And there is that try that we were talking about. the perfect first half of the Lions, apart from one or two little things that they will want to work on.
How's the time, boys? You're running on the player, you've got to be on your feet. Play on. That's 10.
Greenwood
Play on.
giving the opposition no rest, and here comes Skipper Wood.
Let it go now. Front ball.
Howley wants quick ball, he's got it now.
Advantage.
O'Gara's pass, Morris. Morris in again to make sure that O'Gara will give it to back. And then Howley. Good sidestep from Howley, and Robert Howley is through again. Oh. Well, Brain wanted to make his point. Howley can see the funny side of it may be. He wouldn't have seen it had he been injured. Just had a little feel of the wrist there. Howley, Greenwood, straighten the attack first. Now Taylor takes them on the outside. Beautiful work from Mark Taylor. Silky score from him. And he would have admired the work initially from Greenwood to make that opportunity available. So Barrett straight into action, putting the ball in and finding out that it's not easy behind that pack. McRae's long pass now. Is this on? Oh, it could be on. Broughton nearly through. The Lions will defend this line vigorously, but the try has been scored by Beecroft. And I'll tell you what, that will really hurt the Lions, because they wanted a clean sheet just as much as they wanted to score many a try. O'Driscoll. Then it's Morris and Taylor, Simon Taylor, through to score on his Lions debut. Oh, that'll make him feel good.
Get away, go, get away.
Penalty, Healy will want this.
Let him go, I've got it, let him go, I've got it.
Could be try time again. Should be try time, really.
Advantage, not 10.
There's no organisation in the Western Australia defence, and Dan Luger saw that. That's a hat-trick.
You got it, there it is.
Brain. Out it goes from Stevens. Brain again. Did well. Here's Broughton. Cross comes Healy. That's all he could do. Pass inside and just hope. Beecroft there again. Barrow. Good try. All the news coming out of the Western Australia camp this week. They would peak after 60 minutes and find it hard, but they'll find it hard to get back at Ian Bolshaw from there. Bolshaw glides away. Too quick. O'Driscoll lays it to Healy, and then Mark Taylor. And Simon Taylor.
Small mortgage that Bolshaw and O'Driscoll would have scored back then.
Healy's dummy. O'Gara tries to scramble for that line. Well, there's simply no cover there. And the drive over for another try. It's Scott Quinnell. And it's almost total annihilation.
Annihilation indeed. And it wasn't long before the Lions reached 3 figures. Substitute Austin Healy with the solo effort. The Wacker is better known as a cricket venue, and the score was now approaching something more in keeping with that game and not rugby. And there was still time for more.
O'Gara O'Driscoll. Well, Bolshaw didn't take it, but it doesn't matter because Simon Taylor is skipping out of the tackle. Oh, that's a lovely ball to Bolshaw again. Fine rugby from the Lions.
Well, you said earlier Ian McGeechan thinks a lot of Simon Taylor. You saw why then.
There are injury worries emerging from this game, notably to Ian Bolshaw. The announcement on Phil Greening to come after the match. But before that, Henderson is trying to create another try. And this very impressive Scottish international, Simon Taylor, is revelling in this opportunity with the Lions. And the agony is almost too much to bear for Western Australian supporters. The Lions building on this position. And O'Driscoll. The Lions notch up a century and more. It was always going to be hard to assess this match. In the end, on one level, it was nothing more than an opposed training run.
So, a more than impressive start to the tour, the biggest win in Lions history. But that was probably as easy as it was going to get. 4 days later, the touring party travelled to Queensland to take on a President's 15. Making his Lions debut, Jason Robinson. And again, despite a faltering first-half performance, this was to be another frightening example of the firepower that the Lions had at their disposal.
The Lions look to go for this drive. They feel they've got themselves on top here. In this area of the game, Dawson gives it that extra shove.
Thank you.
And he's given it. And it could be a captain score. Good numbers, and Tom Smith acts as scrum half, got it out to Henderson. Then it's Martin Williams-Corey. And then Perry comes in, and he's taken very high. Referee plays advantage. Robinson has got it. He's tackled just short of the line. Still advantage. Greenwood with him. Jarvis drives on. A barreling charge from Colin Jarvis. It's the Lions' second try to add to David Young's score. Well, Jenkins' restart is a good one. And then he's passed to Greenwood, intelligent and quick, and then Henderson and Perry. And they've come storming out in this second half. David James was waiting. Perry is tackled by Palisasa. In goes Dawson and Henderson again. Much more like it there from the Lions. And they form a breakaway here and a drive and score. We haven't played 30 seconds of this second half. And the Lions score again. Their line-out has worked very well indeed. This is Dran. Good tackle from Jarvis. In goes Murray, out to Jenkins, and they're lining up left. Henderson, well taken by Perry, and it should be for Robinson, it will be for Robinson. And the Lions have had a storming start to this second half.
Murray comes in with a pass. Jenkins delayed ball. Henderson, good pass. That's easy for Perry that time. Decides to use Robinson, and he's over for his first Lions try.
Keep it up, last beat.
Well, it's the drive they're going for initially, and they're doing it from a long way out. And Tom Smith is in there with the ball, and the referee looks, and he's given the penalty try for the maul being pulled down illegally. So it will be a kick now for Neil Jenkins underneath the posts. It was the drive they were going for, and they did it the hard way. Big effort there from the Lions pack.
And suddenly, the opposition do look a young team indeed as the power comes on from the Lions. An erratic first 40, but this is more like it. Using the strength of their forward, Tom Smith involved there. Murray with the catch. The drive again from fully 15 metres. You can see Vedalago working back, but they're in 2s and 3s. There's no cohesion there. They are a scratch team, haven't played together, and it showed there. And the Lions, too coherent, straight through for the score.
Rowe tried to bring it away, but knocked on. And now it's Dawson to Jenkins. Everybody's this side. Henderson. Still Henderson. Oh, yes. So purposeful. That's Rob Henderson.
When he made the decision to go, he had to score that one. As simple as that. Dawson looked blind, nothing on Jenkins. Better pass this time. Takes on Dram, beats his man, and over. Good ball from Jenkins. He's decided it one way to the line. He gets there. Strong run from Henderson. We've seen that before a few times for Wasps. We'll see it again for Munster.
Sure to emerge into one of the characters of the tour, Rob Henderson. And Jenkins didn't need to look. As soon as he kicked it, he was picking up his team. Look, it's slow ball now, isn't it? And Murray knocks the ball free for Corrie. And then Dawson up the short side. Matt Dawson, good running from him. He's got support inside. It's a good ball too to Jason Robinson. And he, of course, flies away. Scored by Robinson, made by Dawson. And the Lions, slowly but surely, have come to life in this game. And they've still got a quarter of it left.
Well, the try assist was Dawson's, but it was made by the power of the Lions' defence that turned over the ball. And Dawson, good pace, and Robinson fights through any attempted blocks and then just veers past McCallum into the corner. But again, the Lions tight forwards making big hits around the fringes, turned the ball over, opened up the defence. Dawson ever so aware, and Robinson, he knows he has to come in and then out. Ball under the left arm. McCallum can't get to him.
For the coaching staff and for the rest of the squad, that was almost the perfect try, wasn't it? The exemplary defence, the big hits from the forwards, the ball turned over, the incisiveness from the scrum half, the flying winger, it had the lot. Now, Neil Jenkins with the 2 points. Question mark at this stage. But that's the normal answer from Jenkins, and he's back in the groove. So are the British and Irish Lions. Bullock nearly bouncing into Jenkins, but he didn't, so no accidental offside. Dawson, Henderson, no fullback there. Great awareness from Rob Henderson. Oh, he'll enjoy that. Where the previous try was a team effort, that was an individual one. Cooked by his own fair hands.
Came from deep, defence couldn't read it, saw that there was no one at home. And that's excellent. Good finish from Henderson, good kicking skills. Came from deep, the defence couldn't mark him. Tabrek can't do anything about that. Should be 50 for the Lions.
Respectable average, isn't it? 100 in your first game, 50 in the second. Delivered by Jenkins, and the double change will be Austin Healy as well, along with Mark Taylor. Healy gets his first touch, and it's to release Henderson, and then it's David James. Causes all kinds of damage from here, David James, but he gives it on to Jason Robinson. Hat-trick for Robinson. I suppose he's more a cheater than a lion, but he won't complain.
With an AH, of course. You know, he had a difficult first half, didn't he? But everything's gone his way now, and so easy. That's a good ball from Healy. Look at the lane, for the angle from David James. He's come from the right wing to the left, and if there were questions about his decision-making in the first half, none there. And Robinson coasts in.
Again, Williams prepared to take the hits and just wait for the moment. Out from O'Kelly, Dawson, double figures now for the phasers here. Perry, Denny, Robinson's in again. Good support play, and it's Malcolm O'Kelly. Patience all the way there from the Lions. Well-worked score. Prepared to bide their time, and it's now starting to look a very good score.
Malcolm O'Kelly, a really broad smile there. Did very well. Healy slips into scrum half. Perry runs at the space, commits 2 tacklers. Robinson there, and that's a lovely little roll ball from Jason Leonard. That was superb. Leonard's pass to O'Kelly was a lovely touch. Just watch this again. Perry runs at 2-man, pops the ball to Robinson. Just watch this from Leonard. Beautiful little roll. And O'Kelly is a quick man and gets over easily.
Matt Perry starts off with one that goes through. Taylor has another go. Then it's Dawson, and now it's Perry, and Robinson is having a field day. Great response from the Lions supporters.
Just think, when he came on for England in his debut match, he'd have been standing out on the wing there. This time he said to Scott Murray, "Now you go wide, mate. I'm getting a piece of the action." David James, well, he's had a good game. Hasn't got the scores that Robinson has, but he's carried well. Taylor does so well. Martin Williams on hand. Jarvis. The 2 Welsh flankers have had superb games. Perry, he's gone well, second half. And then one big pass, Perry with the second, Robinson off the left. They were stopping him in the first half. No chance now.
Yes, Robinson has run them in, and he's done it well. But you're right, David James has played his part, and the ball hasn't been dislodged. And he's been tackled. And Matt Perry says, "I like those." And they like it too. Williams to Jarvis. Again, it's a good duo. Bullock inside that 22, on to Robinson! How do you like that? Little shuffle from Robinson. He's up to 5 tries, and what a Lions debut this is for Jason Robinson. And take a look at this again.
Bullock, great ball. And there's the little soft shoe shuffle, the corkscrew movement. Defence drunk on Jason Robinson. They don't know where they are. Legless. Lovely ball from Bullock. In and out, the double shuffle. Ramsani making the hits in the first half. Is eating the dirt in the second.
He is a terrific talent, and if ever a player has laid down a marker on this tour, and Jason Robinson, scoring all these tries, has done just that. Now the Lions record for tries by one player in a match is 6. Wouldn't that make the headlines? Corrie And then Jarvis, O'Kelly, Williams, still hungry, the Lions, still wanting tries. Scott Murray took a couple of knocks, but he's come through it. This is Healy, good take, and then pass quickly out of Taylor. Now he's got Robinson outside, Henderson is inside. And he's had a marvellous evening as well. Rob Henderson. The final action of the match. Just the kick to come. Celebrations all round. How the Lions have turned the table tonight. They've done it quite superbly. Wonderful second half performance. Matt Parry has played his part with the boot in the end as well. The final whistle goes and the Lions can celebrate another big win. They will look back on that first half and analyse that. But they will also look back on the second half and say, look, we got it sorted out.
2 matches played, 31 tries, 199 points scored. Not a bad start. But next up, the first real challenge to face the Lions, the Queensland Reds, semi-finalists from the Southern Hemisphere's Super 12 competition. It was the first appearance on tour of captain Martin Johnson, but he would be deprived of the opportunity for a face-to-face encounter with his opposite number John Eales. Injury meant the World Cup winning captain had to sit out the game. This was a match that made the whole of Australia sit up and take notice.
Howley goes in to retrieve this for the Lions, but he's prevented from doing so, and it's the first spark of the night, and there was edge on the touchline before the match, and it's gone onto the other side of the white line now.
Well, we said it was simmering here, and it's still not quite sorted. Styles involved there.
Accordingly, flatly, Herbert will try and organise, be the facilitator in midfield, but he met Martin Johnson, and it's good turnover ball. O'Driscoll onto David James. Chose not to go for the corner, he wouldn't have made it, the cover was there. Richard Hill supports, Robert Howley goes straight, and the Lions well inside this 22. Out now to Wilkinson, it's the chip across, and it's Dan Luger to take it. He's pointed towards the corner by Ian Bolshaw, and Luger scores for the Lions in this crucial match. A match which sends out signals and messages to the host country, and that is try number 1 for Dan Luger.
How about that from Johnny Wilkinson? He made that try. Luger finished it, but what a great hit from Johnson. First of all, turned it over. Keith Wood with the pass. Wilkinson draws his man. Lovely ball from O'Driscoll. Now David James does well here. He's not going to get in, as you say, but he's strong in the tackle. Queensland got lots of numbers back. Watch this, back with a pass. Wilkinson, he looks for the pass, it's not on. I'll just float it with that deft left foot. A beautiful chip. And Luger didn't get hasty, he didn't panic. The arch finisher puts it in. But look at that moment. Do I pass? No, there's opposition. I'll just put the ball straight in his hand. Sweep as you like.
Now, Wilkinson has gone looking for Bolshaw this time. All about the bounce, and Bolshaw couldn't take it. Inches. All about inches.
Brilliant vision from Johnny Wilkinson, and Bolshaw, such a predator. If he'd have got that ball, it was a try.
Keith Wood hacks on to Brett. Wilkinson and Wood were waiting. Primarily Keith Wood, and now from Corris Charbs down, Richard Hill is chasing. Palisasa hasn't taken it cleanly. It must be for the Lions, it is. It's Rob Henderson again. He can't stop scoring for the British and Irish Lions. Try number 2.
Big smile from the man with a luminous love of life. He's been a very popular tourist already, and people who thought he was coming out here to make up the numbers think again. But Corrie threw himself at that, and look at Richard Hill up against Pulsating, stalks him down. The young man makes the mistake. Hill's right boot drives it on, and Henderson strolls over.
Howley, Wilkinson, mismove, taking out Bolshaw with that pass. O'Driscoll kicks, David James, but that's good cover. Good cover from fullback to Brett.
O'Driscoll with the little chip. It's good work here by the fullback, because David James was in position. Had he not been there, McCallum couldn't have stopped the try.
Catch, call for the mark. All he didn't do was cut the grass. And now it's Flatley missing out. Steve Cafu, in comes Luger. And just when the Lions looked vulnerable, they snuffed out that attack. Hill.
Advantage offside.
What can they do here now? Because Keith Wood's popped up. And this could be awkward because Foley's back and he's gone to sleep. He's hobbling anyway. David James. Oh, the Lions are on song here. It's loud and clear.
David James has worked hard. He'll be pleased with the first try of the tour for him. But how about that for a little cameo from Keith Wood? Foley waits, Foley watches, David James says, out my way.
Now can they finish it in regal fashion? Wilkinson to O'Driscoll to back. Again, full of ideas. And full of supporting players, whatever the breakdown. Keith Wood, he's not injured. Martin Corrie, less than 5 meters now. Tom Smith's there. Howley, oh, his worst pass of the half, didn't matter. Brilliant recovery. Richard Hill. The Lions are motoring. We haven't even reached half-time, and Queensland Reds Super 12 semi-finalists are being brushed aside. Only one result tonight already.
The General is in total command. It wasn't a good pass from Howley. Watch this. Skids it along the ground. The perfect pickup, and Hill coming from deep past Cafu. Boy, the Lions are making some big points here. Brilliant stuff from Hill. No longer the unsung hero of British and Irish rugby. It's just the unlikely heroes, I think, Corrie and Henderson, who've really dominated this half.
Wilkinson, a shining light in that first half, and almost on cue, O'Driscoll comes through. That's what he can do. He can strike. And the Lions start the second half. How they finish the first.
Well, my feet have come off the ground now. That was absolutely brilliant. Wilkinson with a pass, with kicks. He's just making tries. Look at the footwork and look at the angle. The strength to go through the tackle. O'Driscoll coming from far off stage. Great power, great pace, great timing, great score.
Johnson. His catch to set up Dawson. He likes to do these himself, and he does them well, but it's charged down this time, and it's a chase for the line! Now, did Cordingley make it? Yes. So the charge down from Matt Dawson's clearance. And his opposite number, Sam Cordingley, scores the first try of the evening for the Queensland Reds.
By now, all of Australia was starting to realise that this Lions squad was going to present a serious threat to the dominance of the world champions. At Gosford, the Lions ran out against an Australia A team packed full of internationals, all with a point to prove to the selectors. It would prove to be the wake-up call the Lions had been hoping they wouldn't have to experience. There were ominous signs early on that this was not going to be the Lions' day. Just 7 minutes in, Neil Jenkins saw this penalty come back off the upright, whilst his opposite number, Manny Edmonds, had better luck. He kicked Australia to a 15-6 half-time lead. The end of the first half also saw the end of the road for Mike Catt. He'd been struggling all tour to shake off a calf injury, and now there'd be no way back. And things didn't get any better in the second half.
Well, he's gone for the tail, and there was a hand on it from Australia. It's been lost, and now it's Graham Bond. All kinds of movement in that line out, but McBride going towards the back, and now there's a breakthrough, and there's a real chance. It was Ryan. Edmonds onto Staniforth. Up to Cohen here, and he's carried over. Whitaker, Edmonds, Bartholomew's and Bond. Good cut back inside, he beat Cohen. Now it's out to Staniforth. Staniforth for Australia A. Now Lions, you have to respond to this. It's a big mountain.
A brilliant try from Australia A. Jim Williams through the leg, put Whitaker wide, and immediately they've got one extra man. Lovely passing, and Cohen done on the inside by Bond. Beautifully timed pass, and Staniforth, legs pumping, slides into the corner, and he knows what that might mean for this team.
Still playing advantage to you, Ridge.
Perry, Quinnell. Well, they've got the penalty, and Dawson is told to wait. Taken from the wrong place, now it's the right place. Matt Dawson again, and through goes Mark Taylor to score! Taylor for the Lions, they're back in the match. Well played Dawson, kept the tempo up there. And well finished Taylor.
Keeps this game alive. They had to strike back immediately, they did. Taylor with a nice little outside arc. He's past Holbeck, and then he's got the strength to go in.
Skipper? No, I've warned you on the first half.
And I just wonder if Lawrence Delaney is going to the bin.
You've got Tim.
And of course that delights the Australian crowd. It almost nails the match, this. If Edmonds can put these 3 points onto the scoreboard. He continues to show no signs of being flustered. He's been a cool customer tonight. Lawrence Dallaglio watches on. He's 10 minutes in the sin bin. The Lions have 14 men, and they're trailing by 15 points. Jason Robinson with Bond tackling. Oh.
He's all right, he's on his feet.
Quinnell. Out to Healy, missing out Greenwood and Perry to Mark Taylor. Hand off from Taylor, and out to Perry to score. It's a lifeline.
Well done, Mark Taylor. That was good strength wide. And Perry goes over unopposed. In and out. And Manny Edmonds, the defensive weakness is exploited.
Taylor supporting. Perry after his kick is there. Quinnell across quickly too. Leading strongly, Quinnell. Matt Dawson has a go, finds Will Greenwood, and given to Martin Williams. It's Jeremy Davison, it's Jason Robinson, and the Lions, well, could they get themselves out of this hole? Wonderful.
Well, astonishing bravery from the Lions, because they've taken a pummeling and back they come for more.
And Dawson wasn't going to think about that. Don't blame him. 2 points. What a finish. 3 points the difference. It's the final whistle. The Lions have lost. The Lions have gone down against the Australian second string. It's food for thought all round.
So, the first defeat of the tour, but a game from which the Lions probably learnt a lot more about themselves than in some of the earlier mismatches they'd been involved in. Against the Waratahs of New South Wales in the Sydney Football Stadium, the Lions had the chance to get their tour back on track.
Scott Young is our referee. He's under the microscope in view of all that's been said this week. Now it's the rugby that matters. Early knock on and fumble, and there is the giant, Johnson. A giant in every respect, and already the officials get together.
Well, it looked like the New South Wales forwards wiped the Lions out there, and I'm amazed that wasn't a penalty.
Yep, that's correct. Okay.
My goodness, he's gone for the card straight away.
It's him, right?
Tom Bowman.
No, I'm just going to go off the touch judge's report there, Phil. That's what I'm going.
Wilkinson taking the ball flat, and this is good work from O'Driscoll. Back on the angle, beautiful presentation to Dawson, and here comes Quinnell. It's a fiery start from the Lions. Dawson again, Wilkinson. This side is O'Driscoll, and then it's back. They're switched on, aren't they? This is Robinson, back to O'Driscoll. What a start from O'Driscoll! What a start from the British and Irish Lions! That is wonderful! A magical Lions moment, and the Waratahs are rocked.
Well, there have been some critics in Australia saying, oh, I'm not certain about O'Driscoll. I thought they were mad when they said it first up, and that is proof. Brilliant first break from O'Driscoll. He picks that line so well. Look at the strength and determination. Dawson one way first. Quinnell powering on, committing Manny Edmonds. Change of direction. Wilkinson with a cutout pass. And then Neil back, keeping it alive. Waiting the options. Robinson, lovely little weighted pass, and O'Driscoll. Well, that's superb. Leaves Inman for dead. Wonderful start for O'Driscoll and the British and Irish Lions.
Dawson gets out of it, but Quinnell takes control. That didn't quite work. This is Wilkinson. Now where's that going? It's fallen to Pinkerton. It's on for Gao. Dawson makes the tackle. Pinkerton arrives, and Pinkerton scores. And for once, where was the Lions' defence?
Well, he was brilliant against Queensland, but you have to say, what was Johnny Wilkinson doing there? There was no man, there was one man out, there were three Waratahs covering. It's a good hit, you can see from West. The ball dislodged. Now, I'm sorry, but what is Johnny Wilkinson doing there? It's great cover from Dawson. Gao, you think, should have got there first up, but Pinkerton, good blind side in support. That is a complete and utter gimme, and the guilty party really. Well, Quinnell lost the ball first up, but Johnny Wilkinson should never have thrown that pass. And Pinkerton says, thank you very much. I think possibly they were just too confident after that wonderful start.
There's Sam Harris. See the size of him. Played for Australia under-21s in midweek. Grewcock. Dawson. Overlap chances. Brings it back inside. Greenwood tries to work it for Robinson. It's another fine score from the Lions. They could have gone wide right. It probably would have been the overlap, but they worked it beautifully anyway. And Jason Robinson keeps on scoring tries on this tour. That's 7 now.
Important thing about this score, A, the drive from Grucock, but B, when the ball is carried, it's like an arrowhead. Wilkinson's got men either side. There's the options. Greenwood alert as ever, and Robinson scurries over.
Tidied up by Wall there. Good work from the captain. And now the Waratahs have a go at the Lions pack. Vicarage on the wrong side, got a bit of boot. Edmonds going round. Oh, that's good play from Edmonds. That has to be forward though. Referees let it go. There's cheers for a try for Cullimore. And the try has been given. I thought that drifted forward on the pass. Cullimore has been given the try. Certainly worth looking at that again. Referee was in good position, let's say that.
And let's also say it was a fabulous run-round ball from Manny Edmonds. Watch this. Again, there's a man in front of the ball, but, wow, that's forward. That was forward.
Off the floor well by Finau. Cullimore has got one try, the New Zealand ball winger. Payne, Edmonds, Delalio stands firm. Can ill afford another score here, Lions, and they might be facing one. It's Inman with Blades, the only other man. Good tackling, good numbers. Morris gets across to check the blind side, but it was sneaked over. It's fine work, and the Waratahs have come crashing back into the game.
There's the hole, there's the line. Nothing wrong with that try.
This is O'Gara, Keith Wood. James is calling for it on this near side, says give it width. But through go Pinkerton and Finau. And then holding on to the ball, and it's now a bear pit.
Well, Ronan O'Gara got a right paste in then. A right paste in. And you can see this well.
And some of the Lions supporters down in that corner are incensed by what they've seen.
It's going to be an off, I think. Look at this.
Oh.
McRae's got to go.
He's got to go. That is terrible. That's about as bad as it gets. This is no debate.
Well, the penalty is against you, right? It's going to be a red card as well. You hit there and you punch the guy several times on the ground. Okay, it's a red card on the touch judge recommendation. Okay.
It is a red card. Off Duncan McRae. No place for that. No place. Grucock takes. Within the last couple of minutes, he's had a battle of his own. So they're all fired up. Quinnell drives. Still Quinnell. Just needs to turn the right way, does. Dawson, Wilkinson, O'Driscoll. They're flying in to make the tackles. This is exceptionally physical now. There's a fight on this near side. And the referee has to get a grip. There could be players injured all over the field here.
Temporarily out of control here. There are fists flying all over the place.
Okay, guys, this punching, you're all gone to the bin. Yellow card, 4 of you. Off you go. Right. Sherry, and where's the penalty go to?
Wilkinson to Ward, having made the tackle and gave the pass. Now it's Morris and Johnson. Delalio, James waits, he's got Bolshaw outside him. There's another strong challenge. Dawson. Well picked up by Tom Smith. Neil back, good ball. to Wilkinson. Does he have the pace to get there? It's Johnny Wilkinson to score for the Lions. And it makes them feel a whole lot better.
Quicker ball, whipped on the attack, one way and then the other. It was good turnover work by the Lions forwards that set up the initial position. Lovely ball from O'Driscoll. Back with a round, and Wilkinson in with the momentum.
Staying fit, staying out there, and scoring tries. David James did walk it in, as requested.
James, he ignores the men outside. He comes off the left foot, and it's a great effort from Hickey, but he gets there, and the Welshman is delighted. That's game, set, and match.
There are going to be some long meetings to decide who will represent the Lions. That's good chasing. Well played by Carter, who's come on as a replacement for the Waratahs, replacement full-back. And through goes Edmonds, all too easily. All too easily. Stop concentrating there, the Lions, and the Waratahs, in the shape of Manny Edmonds, made them pay.
Pinkerton on hand. And then Manny Edmonds, a weaving little run. Delalio doesn't get there. Step inside the cover. Well played, Manny Edmonds.
A hard-fought victory for the Lions, but the punishing schedule was already taking its toll. A number of players in key positions had been forced out through injury. In their next game, it was the last chance for some of the players to be in contention for the first test, not least for Scott Gibbs, hero of the tour to South Africa 4 years earlier, called up this time as replacement for Mike Catt.
Oh, that's a horrible scrum.
Jenkins to Gibbs. Can Gibbs inject something? He's found Williams and then Corrie. More like it from the Lions. Williams now. Almost up to that cockatoo 22.
Let him go.
Jenkins pass to Taylor, then Bolshaw. That's a good ball onto Cohen, and Cohen gets there. Ben Cohen scores for the Lions. Super pass from Ian Bolshaw. And at last, the Lions wake up.
It's a good score, though. Just watch the hands. Taylor draws his man. Lovely balls from Bolshaw. And that's a fine finish. Strong, and you'd expect it.
Jenkins, Taylor to Williams, and then Jarvis is through here. Still Jarvis. All the way, Colin Jarvis. He continues to have a fine tour. Hasn't had a fair crack of the whip, Graham Henry said the other day. It's been a competitive area.
But again, you can see, once the Lions can get quick ball and get into the middle of this side, it changes. Change of angles, good ball there, and Jarvis steps through some pretty flimsy tackling. Talassa can't stop him this time. Jarvis over near the post, 7 points. It should be for the Lions.
It is. Jenkins looks a bit better now, 15-3. And Healy from the turnover. There is Gibbs getting it out to Martin Corrie. And behind Healy, but he took it really well, and that's a good offload too to Cohen, and then Martin Williams, and then Scott Gibbs. That's a lot better. They made the most of that, and Scott Gibbs scores in his first match on tour. His third Lions tour.
That's the best try of the game. The Lions' offensive defence turned the ball over. Gibbs again with a well-timed pass. Look at Corrie comes infield to make the space. The pass isn't great, but Healy does awfully well. Cohen looks for his man. Williams yet again on hand, and a super little underarm ball for Scott Gibbs, who's supported.
Not out, stay on, shoulders on.
Healy, Jenkins, Gibbs, and Jenkins again. And now it's Tyrone Howe. And Ben Cohen, good strength from Cohen, but He'll need to find some more from somewhere. Nearly got there. Healy checks that blind side and scores. So a try just before half-time as the Lions management leave their seats. Leonard, and then Davison. Gibbs didn't take that one, it was meant for Taylor, and Taylor bursting on. Gibbs makes sure the ball's come back to Healy, and then O'Kelly. Nearly there, the Lions. They're starting to sap the opposition, and they've got the try. Good work from the forwards, powerful work. And David Young, the skipper, gets up with the ball. His second try of the tour. Gordon Refshagi's on for the Cockatoos as well. He's wearing 21, but wearing 14 for the Lions is Ben Cohen, and he is sprinting away. Cohen will score. An uplifting moment for him and his team.
So just the one defeat going into the first test in Brisbane. Impressive wins over the Queensland Reds and the Waratahs. But how much of a psychological effect would that defeat against Australia A have? The venue may have been the Gabba, but with such incredible support for the Lions, you could have been mistaken for thinking that you were back home in Britain or Ireland. The stadium was a sea of red. The Lions went into the game as underdogs, but they were going to do anything but lay down and roll over.
Here's John Eales, Australia, a side littered with greats, and nobody greater than their captain. This is the only prize still to elude the great man. And he's in charge of a nation which refuses to accept defeat. And if the Lions beat this team with this kind of backing here in Brisbane today, they will deserve it. They will deserve it. Nathan Gray has won the berth at inside centre. Owen Finnegan starts on the blind side flank. Power there, ball in hand elsewhere. The Lions know what's coming. Can they do anything about it? There's a contented, if you're Australian, rather snug feel to this team now. The new additions to the family this season, winger Andrew Walker and prop Nick Stiles. Walker will be the kicker. Now, the Lions have, during the course of this tour, been dealt a cruel run of injuries, and there's no doubt some absent friends would have played today. Neil Back is one of those men. It's Richard Hill who moves to the key position of open side. Martin Corrie, not even in the original 37, gets his chance at number 6. But Corrie is bang in form. So is Rob Henderson, who gets his opening at centre. Wingers Daffyd James and Jason Robinson, they're also in great form, but they will need to scale even greater heights today versus Roth, Walker and Latham. So here we go, the first match in the Bundaberg Rum Series between Australia and the British and Irish Lions. Too often in sport these days we are denied rarity. But the Lions are a scarce breed. They come out every 4 years. It's 12 years since they've been here, and they're much better for it. All looking forward to this. And these early exchanges to establish control will be so vital to the rest of the game. That's Kefu. And away by Latham, who's got a mighty left boot. He's got a long way, but it's gone straight to Perry. Good angle on the kick, over Finnegan. Walker is back.
Stay back.
And the Lions know that if they are to kick today, they must kick right on the button. Has to be precise. Perry involved again with the high one. Finnegan. He's a rock.
Last feet.
Larkham, deflection off Johnson. Quinnell takes charge, but there were 5 Wallabies there to meet him. Howley wants support for his number 8. He gets it. Howley out to Henderson. And there's some space there. Latham. Frantic start, as you'd expect.
A lot of kicking early on, and I think you'll see that from the Australian back 3. Walker, Latham and Roth are all very good kickers of the ball. I think they'll try and turn the Lions and try and pick them off if Robinson and David James try and counter. Expect plenty of boot tonight.
Just the ball, fellas.
Keith Wood, he's been throwing so well on tour, and he finds Johnson.
Collapsing the maul.
And the maul is pulled down, which leads to a penalty.
Well, Graham Henry and Andy Robinson had a chat with Andre Watson, I think it was, Thursday afternoon, talking about areas to look out for. And I think one of them, from the Lions' perspective, was the collapsing of the driving maul from the line out. The Australian teams have struggled. It's an area where the Lions are very powerful, and they will look to get this sort of ball, but a lot closer to the line. Johnson, Grucock, Corrie, 3 jumpers against Eels, and of course Giffen. It's an area where the Lions need advantage tonight.
Wood throws again. Grucock, good quick ball. Howley gets it out. Wilkinson invites O'Driscoll onto it. Well taken by Howley, right off his bootstraps there. Wonderful pickup. Quinnell to Wilkinson, and on to Robinson from Perry. Now Robinson goes for the corner. Oh, this is a fairy tale. Absolutely incredible. Jason Robinson.
Great hands from Perry, one-on-one, that's what the Lions wanted. In and out, the greatest defence in the world, lacerated, and Robinson, he stepped up about 5 levels to face the Wallabies. He's found about 5 gears. Latham left floundering. What a moment for Robinson, the British and the Irish Lions. Astonishing.
And now Johnny Wilkinson staying cool while all around him in the stands lose their heads. Wilkinson, oh, it was close. But that is a marker thrown down by the Lions, and Robinson given one-on-one prove yet again that he is one of the best, if not the best. Johnson, again it's quick ball, and this is what the Lions want. Wilkinson, Henderson is through the first line. O'Driscoll's going with him. Oh, so close. Now Roth might go. Down the other way, nobody's back. All about the bounce here, and Roth just can't take it. Wilkinson's got it. Breathtaking, end to end. Quinnell, Wood, nearly a try at either end there. Vickery to Corrie. Howley, Henderson, so close to creating one for O'Driscoll. O'Driscoll this time has chipped in behind Walker, and Walker's carried over. And maybe the Lions smarting from the fact that so far Wilkinson has missed the 2 kicks and then wasn't given the other one, and 5-0 considering the pressure. Well, they're not out of sight, are they? Here's James, and nor were they going to be. Well played by David James. Had a proficient tour, but it's a penalty Australia. Again, it's for coming in at the side. You must enter either ruck or more from behind the hindmost player at the breakdown. And up steps Andrew Walker, who's got the kicking duties for Australia. He said this week, I can do without the pressure, to be honest, but there you go. Now Ian Bolshaw is getting ready to come on.
Well, they're working on Matt Perry's face, and maybe it's a bang to the nose.
Matt Perry is behind the post, receiving treatment off the field, and he will have seen that one sail over his head. Perry is to stay on, but Walker has got Australia into the game. It's Australia 3, the Lions 5. Wood, the man with the perfect personality for touring throws. Gregan. This time it's Australia who do excellent work at the line-out. Gregan with players all over him, but the Lions have broken the offside line.
It's easy. Don't go over the top. Just go back.
That all came from Australia stealing Lions line-out ball there.
It's quite clear. Okay.
These are tight decisions from the referee. And they all add up if these kicks go over, but Walker misses with that one, to the great relief of the Lions. More like it, Wood finding Johnson. That's how the game started. Now can the Lions produce more? Oh, they can. What a surge. Corrie in the driving seat there, along with Quinnell. Keith Wood to Johnson. And the impact continues to be made by the Lions forwards. Howley, Eales coming through. The referee says the ball was out. And now Australia have it.
That was fine.
Well, that was a mess.
You can't do the tackle and play the ball on the ground. That's a mistake. Playing the ball in and usually no problem. Playing the ball on the ground after the tackle.
Now this is the time to go for goal.
Do the right thing, take 3 points.
Wilkinson to re-establish the 5-point lead that the Lions grabbed right at the start with the Robinson try. Has he done enough? Hit the top of the post. And the flags have stayed down.
Oh, that's significant. 3 out of 3 miss from Johnny Wilkinson. It landed on the top. Look at this. Now.
Oh.
1 centimetre, but it's a bad miss because it should have been through the post. Kick of his calibre.
Something we never expected. But Wilkinson has nerve. And he will return.
The way they fell, it's not going to come. Red ball.
This carrying effort from the Lions pack's impressive. Quinnell showing the dummy and going, and Tom Smith, second wave pick up and drive. They keep going forward. The Australians aren't stopping the pack on the gain line.
No ball.
We knew everything was going to be into an eyeball effort, and a bit of magic needed to win the game. We've had some magic already, and the effort just comes on and on.
Howley, O'Driscoll, oh, magical! Magical from O'Driscoll. Robinson's got it again, on to David James! David James! Oh, yes! A glorious moment.
Well, we talked about Robinson's genius, and the other man Australia feared, Brian O'Driscoll, thunderous in defence, and the magic of those feet in attack. What a score! And Robinson has come round from the left to make the extra man. O'Driscoll's timing good. Robinson well played. Latham again on the outside, and David James, the quiet man of this back line, becomes the hero of a very noisy crowd. Mellon, the man they call Owen Finnegan, beaten, and then David James in. They left out Finnegan, they left out Cobain for Finnegan's power in attack, but Finnegan's weakness in defence cost Australia there. Oh, what a try.
That will take its place in Lions history, that try. It was a beautiful score. And now Wilkinson. From the other side, will it be with a better result? Oh, it most certainly will be. And the Lions now, if they didn't feel it before, will feel they're playing at home. First thing to tell you is that Chris Latham is off and that man is on, Matt Burke. Now, Latham wasn't on his game in the first half, so Burke gets a chance, and will he take over the kicking duties? Walker will start this second half, but Burke, of course, one of the great kickers in the modern game. That's why the tee is so high, to enable that kind of loft, but Grucock, as ever, standing firm. He's fearsomely organised, isn't he, in his play, Danny Grucock? Everything he does so well. And he practices so hard. For moments like that, Howley. Wilkinson wanting the ball, wanting to come flat. Henderson, O'Driscoll, risking that. Bolshaw is on as well. So he's replaced Matt Perry. News just coming through on that. Perry injured in the first half, remember. This is O'Driscoll! He's gone through! Oh, he's going! O'Driscoll for the post! Brian O'Driscoll! Oh, you beauty! That is incredible!
What a try! O'Driscoll. Nathan Gray left for dead, and what a step. Latham was done by Robinson, Burke's on 1 minute, and the brilliant Irishman has cut Australia to pieces. In and out, George Smith has gone too wide, he's beaten, Burke's beaten, the change of pace. Where was George Smith? Where were the Wallabies? Genius.
Wilkinson with the conversion.
Thanks, buddy, for agreeing with me.
Wood gets the nod from Corrie. Unopposed. I mean, Finnegan has to contest those, doesn't he? And if he doesn't, Cobain's got to come on.
Well, the Lions have the extra man and they're using it at the moment, and Howley is having a slick game behind. Look at that kick.
Falls nicely for Daffyd James.
Beautiful mix of kicking from Howley.
George Smith was a mile offside there. Keith Wood. The crowd, well, the Lions section knows it. Wilkinson onto O'Driscoll. He's cutting them to pieces. Robinson too. Matt Burke, what a torrid introduction for him. Richard Hill, great support there. Wilkinson thinks it on this way. Quinnell.
Advantage red. Ball's out. Advantage red.
Still advantage to the Lions. Penalty.
At the ball.
Henderson wants to go quickly, but Johnson will grab hold of this situation, and he'll grab hold of Wilkinson.
Now this is a big kick from Wilkinson. This is a knife between the ribs, all right, if this goes.
I mean, this is a monumental lead, 22-3 if this goes over. This would put Australia on the canvas. Wilkinson, he's turned away. He's holding his nerve, all right. So are the Lions, 22-3.
22-3 up, but they are being so positive. They're looking to play from deep, and they have a great belief. It's inner belief, it's an outer belief. At the moment, it's total belief.
And it's swamping Australia physically and mentally as they go for the jugular. It is the perfect combination of power and brain.
Great challenge in the line out.
Henderson! Oh, he's through now! Rob Henderson slicing them apart. The two Irish centres are on fire. Howley, Bowshaw. What an opportunity here to kill it off. Oh, they've killed it off. That might well have done it. It's Scott Quinnell. Welcome to Fantasyland.
They're not on fire, they're more than that. The Lions are burning Brisbane to the ground here. Henderson, amazing story, third choice starter. He's in the test line-out. The Aussies think he's a weakness. Well, how about that for weakness? Marvellous. And then Howley, who is playing a sublime game at 9. Bowshaw commits the defence, and Quinnell, strong, muscular. There's the weakness, over he goes. Lord, I've never seen anything like this from a Northern Hemisphere team.
Wilkinson converts 29-3. Eels. Gregan wondering, can his pack get their usual momentum? The answer is no. Kefu standing at fly half. Gregan, good hands. Flatley, Herbert, and it goes for Walker. Robinson and Bowshaw were there. Gregan again. Now they'll be stretched here. Gray thought about the direct route. Stopped by Vickery and Quinnell. That was a brick wall. Finnegan. Lions player on the wrong side. It's ripped out though, and it's Flatley. And it's Hill who's trying to turn him. And Gregan and Walker. Gray out to Burke. Did he get that down? The video official is available today.
This one's yours. Are you worried about that?
If he touches the flag before he gets the ball down, it's no try. Watch the foot as well. Does that touch the ground?
I got you. All right. Okay, thanks. Line out.
It's a line out. The video official, Kelvin Deaker, has decided that Burke touched the flag first. Eels. Kefu.
Just starting to lose a bit of line-out ball.
Flatley, and then Herbert from Gray. Lions have got to be wary of the penalty count here. I think this might be the sin bin.
You're going.
Martin Corrie.
And continuous.
Just when the Lions are about to make a change in the back row, Corrie goes to the sin bin for 10 minutes. And the card was on the cards. Quinnell there geeing everybody up as he left the field. Jarvis, his fellow countryman, replaces him. But a big change now in the Lions back row, so Keith Wood joins it. And Australia had committed everybody to that attack. So it's a long way back for Burke. And look at that reception committee. Jarvis, one of them. Yes, there's a foot out. It is a blood injury for Keith Wood. So Bullock gets his chance, like Corrie, having joined the tour late. He's into the test side. Matt Burke, this time he got past Wilkinson. O'Driscoll has put his body right on the line today. Here's Walker. Oh, this is Walker. That's what he can do. He's an amazing talent. Australia cross the Lions line and give themselves a little bit of hope.
Wow, that's brilliant play from Andrew Walker there, isn't it? He waits, he comes late on the line, inside Robinson, in and out, Bolshaw beaten. Nobody was going to stop Andrew Walker from there. It's all about the first line. Great, there it is. Robinson doesn't commit himself early, but he picks the line, he steps in, he steps out.
And the Lions defence lost a little bit of shape there. Great finish, wonderful finish, but with Corey off, one man down, and changes having been made, some of them forced. Now Matt Burke has caught the disease from Andrew Walker, and it remains at 29-8 when the Australians need every point that's going. Flatley finds Finnegan this time, and no mistake, as Finnegan took the ball on, just like with Herbert there. Muscular men, and they make ground. Lions can't seem to get their hands on the ball. Vickery makes another super tackle. Gregan, Kefu not quite sure what to do, doesn't want to hug the touchline. That's for certain.
Play on, play on, play on.
Now, was that an accidental offside, running into their own man? Referee says play on. Finnegan.
Good decision, didn't impinge on the game at all.
Burke, out it goes to Gray, and now Roth, can he finish like Walker's back inside to Gray?
The Lions, with a man down, are suddenly being stretched. And Joe Roth, lovely inside ball, out, in and out. Again, the Lions really are being torn apart while they've got a man down, and Australia have the rhythm with them. Flatley with a wide ball. Roth knows he's not going to get there. He just draws James an inside ball, and Bolshaw turned inside and out, and Gray over.
And this is a massive kick because it takes Australia up to 15 if they get it, which is all of a sudden within range. They will be 2 scores away if they convert those tries from parity. So Burke to kick, it's a biggie, and it's hit the post. Flatley held by Wood.
No, it's fine, it's fine.
Gregan, Kefu. It's relentless. Advantage being played. Long blast penalty. Sin bin again.
I can't keep on walking. Slowing the ball down. Let go of the ball. Number 3, go.
Phil Vickery.
I've never seen a hooker cover so much ground, make so many tackles, kick so well. We called him a talisman tonight. He is a Lion legend. A great performance from Keith Wood alongside Johnson in the heart of the Lions pack.
Twice a Lion, just like Johnson. They were so key 4 years ago, and they are giving the Lions a 1-0 lead in this series against the world champions. Howley, Hill, when it goes dead, the game's dead.
Let it go, go.
Wilkinson, Henderson. Burke has to keep it alive. James has caught him. George Smith. Flatley. Gregan. Well, he's kicking out. And this has to rank as one of the greatest achievements in the Lions' history. But the referee's decided there are a few more seconds left. No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. It had to be the final whistle. And Australia, the leading superpower of the world game, has been rocked by the Lions' own power and their thought tonight. What a clever game they've played. It's the Lions who have the momentum.
Yeah, it's magnificent, but it means our job's going to be doubly hard because they're bitten, they're hurt, they're going to come back a damn sight better next week. Start of a tough couple of weeks.
A quite brilliant result then from Brisbane, but could the Lions maintain the momentum in their final and potentially toughest match outside of the 3 tests? The ACT Brumbies were the reigning Super 12 champions, and following the Wallabies' capitulation in the first test, this was a chance for Australia to regain the initiative before the second test in Melbourne.
Dorian West over the top and missing his man, and now it's given the attacking opportunity. Hall is snagged on the fringe. Mark Taylor was involved there, the centre. Therefore David Wallace came out to cover in Taylor's position. Covering back is Ian Bolshaw, the fullback. Not the best kick. Invites ACT to run it back. That's McAnally. Another sevens expert on the wing for ACT tonight. They've got a couple of flyers out wide, and if they use them with Bartholomew's, they could well stretch the Lions. Although Cohen, Healy and Bolshaw don't lack anything in comparison. That's Justin Harrison. Hall. Howard missing out to Ivai, given to McAnally. This is Bartholomew's. Healy nearly handed off, did well to bring him down in the end. Attack building nicely here though for the home team. Howard out to Williams. Noise volume increases from the ACT supporters. Travis Hall again. Howard trying to make things work.
He's fizzing some rockets off both hands wide.
McAnally and Bartholomew's to score.
Well, they've kept the ball well there, haven't they? Gara goes wide. Well, that's a lovely little line from Bartholomew's. Picked that well. Nothing Corrie could do against this pacey fullback.
There's Neil Jenkins looks on the bench tonight. Freer is number 3 hooker for the Brumbies, but he's found Harrison, and now it's Howard short to Bond. Travis Hall to Pat Howard, who's really starting to make things work, and there's a chance out wide for Gordon. And the referee quite happy that that try was a good one.
What a lovely pass from Howard, and again McAnally from the right's doing such good work. Bartholomew's in. Oh, it's, well, a video ref I think shows the knee touches the line.
This is Bolshaw. Wallace did well. It was a great take and a lovely layoff too. Out it goes from O'Gara to Gibbs, and then Darren Morris. But a flash of brilliance from Bolshaw there, which is heartening for all Lions supporters. And here's the chance to get onto that scoreboard.
An interesting Dawson starting the kicking and not Ronan O'Gara.
Again, is that an indication of what the Lions are planning to do with their bench on Saturday, as Dawson kicks and gets the Lions going, gets the Lions supporters going. Hall and Bond. Some feel unlucky not to be involved with the full national side as we stand at the moment, but here goes Ryan through. Peter Ryan looking all around. Tuivai is arriving, and he has got plenty of power and skill to match. Des Tuivai scores another try for the Brumbies, and it's starting to look very good for them now.
Peter Ryan off Howard is causing all sorts of trouble. Those busts down the middle, over the top of the tackle, and Tuivai. That's a great score. Over he goes.
Fielded by Wallace. Ryan got his body between Wallace and his colleagues, and that's why it's come back to ACT, and Graham Bond has gone bursting through. Bond needs to be tackled soon, and he is by Healy. Holbeck arrives, Williams doesn't get any easier with the big men on hand. But that's a present for the Lions, they'll be grateful. And Dawson's kick, bouncing around and nearly falling to Cohen.
Well, Graham Bond yet again has just lacerated the Lions midfield. They're having terrible problems at the moment. Busting through the power of this man. Healy, the saviour there from the right wing. But you feel every time their midfield get first face ball, they're carving the Lions up.
And not for the first time, Healy, the saviour. This time missing out Bond, and now Healy, the interceptor. He will score for the Lions, and this is the full 7 points, just what the Lions needed.
Now the Lions have Bolshaw, Cohen and Healy on the short side. Their back three.
Is taken by Bolshaw. And then Scott Gibbs, who was man of the match in his first performance on the tour since coming out at Coffs Harbour last week. Dawson likes to do that, quite often gets away, but not against the Brumbies tonight. Yet he made himself a target for his forwards, and Cohen takes over the Dawson role. In fact, it's Williams who feeds to Darren Morris. That's strong stuff from the prop. Cohen was still there, and Dawson is caught but offside against the Brumbies, and Dawson goes quickly. He's tackled by Peter Ryan. Dorian West. Now that was very kickable, so the Lions going for it here, and O'Gara nearly gets it. Wallace does. It was a good gamble.
And it's not for the first time tonight. West goes on, and then a lovely snake in half break from Ronan O'Gara. Runs his little arc well. The dummy and David Wallace on hand. Takes that ever so well. And we have a game on.
Now Dawson catches. Healy, O'Gara, and then Wallace. O'Gara again. Healy on his own. Needs to get out of this maze. Did well in the end, and so did Corrie. Tuivai coming through with a boot, but the referee giving offside. Two misses inside 2 minutes would hurt the Lions, but Dawson is up to the task, and Johnson is on his feet. 22-20.
Solid scrum, good pick-up, and Corrie makes 2 vital yards.
Does that very well, time and time again. Bolshaw round Tuivai, but Dawson, I think, pulled Tuivai off from making the tackle. Oh, that's high from Bolshaw, and Ryan goes across to make his point. And Harrison again involved. There's a bit of stoop into the tackle.
Bartholomew's comes off the angle there. Well, that's high. It's a penalty.
It's high and it's dangerous. And Ryan's reaction. Bolshaw goes into the sin bin for the high tackle, so it's more than a penalty. This is Harrison. And there's some working away, I think, by Ryan there. And that's a penalty. And he could be in trouble.
There's no movement. You had the ball in attack. Well done.
Into the sin bin. Look at this. Can't do that. Matt Dawson, he's had a difficult few days of his own making. Now, can he do what really matters for his team? Concentrating hard and sending it over the bar. Hall puts in. Out it goes to Bond. Williams grabbing onto a leg to try and haul Bond down. Corrie in danger of giving the penalty away there because he wasn't playing the ball, he was playing the scrum half. This is Howard. Big moment this. Samo is a big man, but no score.
But it is a penalty.
Which was the original offence. What about the ACT Brumbies? Are the Lions facing their second defeat on this tour? It's 28-23, and we've got 5 minutes left. Now it's Bolshaw onto Cohen and tackled by McAnally. Need to stay in field here, need to keep this ball alive. Oh, that's tight, isn't it? Ooh. And Healy didn't have a foot on the line when he played the ball. Gibbs, Williams. Have they got a try in the locker? It's going to have to be a try now. Inside the final minute. Dawson, a lot of players committed to that ruck. O'Gara bravely tries to go through. Dawson again. Taylor, all bandaged up and still giving everything. Dawson to Morris, must be back inside. Bolshaw.
It's a very narrow band there, there's not enough width now. Cohen goes wide.
And Gibbs takes it. The siren goes. Do the Lions go as well? Healy! Through the tackle! Austin Healy! Dawson! Still somehow the retention is there under all kinds of pressure. Bolshaw's getting involved in something off the ball. Now he's got the ball. Referee's playing an advantage and that penalty will be played. O'Gara. Taylor. Now it's Wallace. Cohen just couldn't get that ball out to the wing. Weaver goes in there for the Brumbies. Wallace has got it. Oh, if the Lions get out of this, what a boost it will be. Dawson, O'Gara, the Lions supporters going absolutely mad. Morris just needs to keep his cool. O'Gara onto Bolshaw. Out it goes to Healy. The step, the score. Oh, that is terrific. That is terrific. What a signal that sends.
And who better to score the try than Healy? We said when the Lions were down, Healy was the man who might save it. Bolshaw keeps his cool. Healy inside one, inside two. Dances inside Graham Bond, who made a fair bid for man of the match. Healy has conjured it from nowhere, at least the draw, and maybe the win.
Let's concentrate on this kick from Dawson to win the match. It's 28 all. Dawson for the Lions! His hands are raised immediately. Matt Dawson, who's had a difficult few days, in the end shows the character required. It's 30-28, and the Lions get away with it. Amazing.
The perfect preparation then for the Lions, but the Wallabies' pride had been severely wounded in the first test, and the atmosphere at the Colonial Stadium in Melbourne was in stark contrast to that in Brisbane. The crowd was fired up, and the world champions would be fired up too. They knew, as did the Lions, that they could not perform any worse than they did at the Gabba, and so it proved.
Johnson just gathers his troops. He's been there before, 4 years ago in South Africa, the second test when the Lions made it 2-0. Will it be 2-0 tonight? Everybody wearing red wants it to be. Now here's Daniel Herbert at the head of the queue because he's winning his 50th cap today. And here's a team that has been taking a lot of stick over the last 7 days. An unusual feeling for a side that have had the world at their feet. First the teams, and Australia have made 3 changes. Matt Burke retains the fullback jersey, having replaced Chris Latham at half-time last weekend. Burke will kick. In the pack, hooker Michael Foley, another finisher in the Gabba, takes over from the injured Jeremy Paul, who will be out for the season. And there's a further change in the front row with Rod Moore coming in for Glenn Panaho. That means the props, Moore and Nick Stiles, have just 2 caps between them. Now, after a bit of fun and games, the Lions eventually revealed this 15. 14 of the first test starting lineup will run out today. The unlucky one, Martin Corrie, whose place in the back row goes to the fit again, Neil Back, who describes this selection as the pinnacle of his career. Richard Hill moves to the blind side. After intensive treatment, Matt Perry has come through to reclaim the spot at 15 after a first-class first half in Brisbane. And there wasn't too much debate elsewhere. Heroes all 7 days ago. It will be Johnny Wilkinson to start the match for the Lions. And look at the hang on that kick. Putting all kinds of pressure on Herbert, who did well. Larkham. And that's a solid start from a man who had a poor game last week by his very high standards. Johnson. Howley. Wilkinson. Henderson. Kefu driven out of the way. Here comes Keith Wood. Look at the energy in this start from the Lions. Now this one will be kicked, you fancy. Even though Jonathan Kaplan is going over to the far side. He took aim and he fired home. 3-0. That's fine work from first Giffen and then Eales. And for once, the timing not right there.
Come here.
Aggressive use of the boot. Penalty again. There was a movement towards the pocket there.
No, he wasn't. He couldn't get away.
But the hand's not
using
gone
your boot
in.
unnecessarily. You know about it. Don't do it again. It's foul play.
Just a severe warning. A good surface for Wilkinson to kick off. And it really is starting to kick off now for the Lions. 6-0. Oh, Howley's gone right offside there. So it's a 3-point opportunity at the very least. What about the try? back for the penalty in front of the post. Robert Howley, a mile offside.
Now, John Hills, I'm sure, will tell Matt Burke, yep, take the 3 points.
Has to be 3 points. The lead cut in half.
Get out of it, 9, Red, out!
Quinnell not getting isolated again, that's good. And Howley putting one up on Walker, who had plenty of time, and then, oh, it was a case of have some of that, Andrew Walker. Gregan. Perry. Now, has he put enough in that kick? It's gone long and over the top of Nathan Gray, who didn't nail his kick. And this time, it's O'Driscoll. He could cause havoc here, O'Driscoll. Oh, that is brilliant! Picked up by Howley. Johnson. The Lions feeling the Wallaby defence was all at sea. It won't be now. James to Quinnell. Another flash of brilliance from O'Driscoll. This is Henderson. Wilkinson going across. It's a race for the corner. Richard Hill nearly got there. Walker did. Inspirational stuff. The bad news is that O'Driscoll is down. Referee says play on. We look at how the O'Driscoll injury occurred. But the Lions, meanwhile, are pushing for the line, and they are scoring! An almighty shot from the pack, and Neil Back has come up with the ball. All while O'Driscoll is down. That could be the perfect medicine for the Irish centre. Let's hope so. Neil Back makes his mark on the series. It's the first try of the evening.
The Aussies said, well, it's going to be tight and boring, and the Lions said, OK, we'll be tight, we'll be boring, you stop us. No answer there. Back steering over, and now that is a very significant score.
Grucock and Scott Quinnell on a mission through. What a run! Howley, Perry, what a tackle from Finnegan, as if to make his point. Howley thinks there's something to be had there, but in the end, Burke, it's easy.
Thrilling stuff. Grucock again making the first wave, and Scott Quinnell, he is a bull tonight. Get out of my way, Foley. In the end, he's brought down, but Grucock was so sharp again, and I'll tell you, that's a brilliant tackle from Finnegan, a great tackle from the ACT man.
Wilkinson, all the time they're looking around to see what's on. And every time they look dangerous with ball in hand. Keith Wood forced to stop by the pass, but then he didn't stop, he got going. Raging like a bull. Johnson was there and it gained the final pass. A disappointing one. Gregan kicks, and there's nobody back. Daffy James chases. I think Richard Hill's on the floor now. He's taken a blow. Daffy James. And then O'Driscoll. Well, the Lions want to pace, 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 and they've got it. Back. Quinnell. Show me that barn door, Scott Quinnell. This is Johnson. Howley.
Play on offside, just a tackle. Hold there, red. Red 7.
Gregan. And the ball refusing to go dead. Perry. Hill is still down inside the Australian 22. Eales, that was a fine catch.
Hold red.
Larkham.
Back into his
outside his 22. Just a metre. But if you're outside that line, the 22-metre line, and you kick directly into touch, then the line-out will be level with the kicker.
Larkham looked a little shell-shocked then. The power of the Lions runner, Nathan Gray, well, he just catches Hill with a glancing blow. The intent was certainly there, and that's what caused the injury. But Wood, Johnson and Quinella, where is this coming from? Now that's bad. That's bad.
Stewie, just check the blood on 6 for me, please.
It's one of those that doesn't get any better the more you see it. And Richard Hill is forced from the field. Is it asking for too much that the Lions get a dream start to this period, just like they did in the first test? Howley thinks not. And Wood makes inroads.
Hold it, back.
He makes motorways. But then Wilkinson gives it to Joe Roth! Joe Roth for the corner! They believe it's been scored. The dream start could be for Australia. The video ref will be called upon.
He goes for the corner. That's a try.
No doubt about it, that's a try. Larkham to Walker, and Robinson said, no, you don't. But it's a penalty to Australia for offside. And for the first time in this series, the tide might just be turning. Australia had that long spell of pressure in Brisbane, but you almost knew it counted for nothing because of the sheer size of the Lions' lead. That's not the case today.
John, just come in.
The angle really doesn't pose a problem. Australia in front, and it's mayhem in Melbourne. Now what's happened to the Lions scrum? John Eales, Gregan, Larkham, those passes drifting towards the forward, but Roth doesn't mind, and Roth is in again. Joe Roth, it's a killer touch from him.
And the Lions scrum went to sleep, and Australia have punished them. A horrible 10 minutes. Gregan now, he's starting to run the show. Larkham flat, and Roth, for once David James is beaten. He's inside O'Driscoll. Robinson can do nothing. The magic man, Joe Roth, strikes again. Larkham delays it. Now David James lines him up, but that's power. And then inside Robinson. Well played, Joe Roth, and Australia are suddenly fizzing.
The forwards look to earn the hard yards. Of course, the more can stop and go again. Nowadays, penalty.
You're going to have to do better than that. Number 6 goal, give that 10 the rest. Go away from
Well, Wilkinson may kick these, and of course, any kick on a day like this takes nerve, but those 3 points, should they go over, will belong to the pack. He fell short with the previous one, but that has gone sailing through from Johnny Wilkinson. There's a score between the teams. It's a big score, a try and a conversion. Regan and Gray. Regan again, Larkham, Herbert. In comes Roth.
Leave it red.
The big weapon. That inside ball, starting to see it now from Regan to Kefu. Then he goes outside to Gray. Finnegan lobs it up to Burke. What a score! What a blow!
Georgie Gregan is starting to sing behind the Wallaby pack. And Owen Finnegan, his ACT buddy, he makes the bust. Kefu first of all off the Gregan ball. Gregan sniping again. Gray coming at full tilt, and then once again, bang, flat to Finnegan. And that's a lovely over-the-top ball. Should the Lions have stopped him? Well, there's great power coming in behind Burke. Finnegan makes this try, but Gregan, the governor, he's marshalling the Wallaby forces. Well, bar a complete miracle, we're heading to Sydney for a decider, and if that man's not there, after this second half, the axis swings towards Australia. Respect for Wilkinson, but what a performance from the Wallabies this half.
Jenkins, the new fly half, and too close to Kefu. Larkham, Quinnell goes in again. Andre Watson points. Here's the touch judge, Jonathan Kaplan, the referee.
Quinnell could be in trouble here.
Could be in the sin bin. It's happened before. He stays on the field.
Well, that almost looked like an attempt to say, well, if our man is out for the third test, so's yours. It's late, it's high. Larkham's up. He's taking some treatment, but he won't mind at the moment because it's all Wallabies, and that's not pretty.
Okay, let's go.
Burke piles on the pain. Hardly had an attack in this second half. Keith Wood.
Advantage.
Neil Jenkins.
Advantage. Right ring. Offside.
A further offside. A further penalty. Matt Dawson to Corrie. Waiting here is Bolshaw, but it never came to him. He was on the touchline, and Australia try and go from there on the counter. That's it. A world champion performance in the second half from Australia. They are feeling top of the world again. It's 1-1 as we go to Sydney. And that is a comprehensive victory from the home team. And it came out of nowhere. They were trailing 11-6 at half-time.
There's not a lot to say, really. Keith Woody said some good words. You know, it's just all about a little look at ourselves this week. Have a little look at our performance, and yeah, we've got one more game left in our season, and it's the biggest of our lives. So little bit of soul searching maybe this week and bounce back.
No, we're obviously disappointed. We didn't play as well as we'd hoped we'd play. We played well first half, not good enough second half. Australians played well. So it's 1-1 in the series, and we've got to be positive about the third test.
The series tied 1 apiece and Australia were on a roll. The scene was set for one of the most dramatic matches in the history of Lions rugby. 12 years on from their last successful tour to Australia, the Lions of 2001 knew that defeat would mean the tour would be seen as a failure. But victory for the players and management would be the pinnacle of their rugby careers.
And out come the Lions. They were in emotional ruin, they said, in that dressing room 7 days ago. They wanted to shut the door on the world. But some choice words from Keith Wood and then Captain Martin Johnson too have been designed to dispel the doubts. Matt Burke, his 50th cap. Incentives for Australia today. They've got bags of them. Rob McQueen's final game in charge. They said Australia would not play badly twice, and they didn't. There are 2 changes from Melbourne. A trapped nerve which has rendered Stephen Larkham's arm all but motionless this week means that Elton Flatley makes his first start of the series at fly half, his first start in Australia. An injury to David Giffin means that 27-year-old Justin Harrison, the Australian player of the tour outside the Test arena, wins his first cap. For ACT and Australia A, he was very impressive and feisty with it. For the Lions, it has been a week devoted to getting the mind right, but in many cases also the body. Austin Healy, previously suffering with a severely bruised leg, picked up a back injury as well. He's out. Daffyd James returns. Elsewhere in the backs, Wilkinson, O'Driscoll, Henderson have all managed to shake off their ailments. How Wilkinson is walking, let alone playing, is a tribute to him and the medical team. Of course, Howley and Hill were never going to make it. Matt Dawson and Martin Corrie both start. Dawson for the first time in the series. And the bottom line is that for either side today, a place in history is assured, good or bad. Amazing atmosphere, quite incredible. And taken by Wood. Grewcock got some important hands on that. Wilkinson out to Perry. What are the Lions doing here? Robinson. It was bold to the point of reckless. Ireland's hooker Keith Wood waits to throw in. Now he's got the line-out option this week of Martin Corrie back at the tail. He was looking for Grewcock though, and that's stolen with Harrison getting in there, and that's what he does so well.
What a start for Harrison to international rugby.
And Finnegan takes it on, and the penalty to Australia. Burke kicks and gets the 3 points to get Australia on their way. Only James this way, and Quinnell comes this way. Now they're flooding this side. Robinson's come across. Present it back to Dawson. Then Corrie. Neil back right in there, supporting Corrie. Good territory here for the Lions. Can they get some points? Henderson, little chip in behind. Referee has seen a trip, I think. Henderson taken out.
The Lions must take every 3 points going.
And he's got that as a settling kick. Andrew Walker. Got a blow in the face, you may remember in the second test, but never a doubt. Robinson to Quinnell. The instruction there from Paddy O'Brien is the players arriving at the tackle must stay on their feet. As soon as they go to ground, O'Brien will blow his whistle. Matt Burke kicking towards the yellow bin liners, which have been put over the seats behind that set of posts to encourage a splash of Australian gold. But both the top tiers at either end almost exclusively red. But that is a superb kick. Dawson will put in. And Corrie keeps Gregan out the way. The call from Keith Wood there to get the ball out, and Scott Quinnell, as soon as he heard that, didn't hang around, but then failing to release in the tackle. And Harrison and Johnson square up, and Johnson's taking no nonsense from the new cap.
Take him away.
Matt Burke to make it 9-3. It's an accomplished kicking display so far from the most capped Australian fullback of all time, Matt Burke. Dawson, Wilkinson, Henderson. Quinnell tried to get there quickly.
Stay back, stay back, stay back.
Dawson's got it again. Wilkinson, out it goes to Watt. On to Tom Smith. Jason Robinson. He's done it again.
Keith Wood, George Walker, Tom Smith gives the pass, and Robinson can't be stopped from there. But it's the decision earlier to change the point of the attack that made the difference. And well played, Tom Smith. Georgie Gregan, the best cover tackling 9 in the world. No chance there.
Setting off in the right direction. Wonderful kick. Here go Australia. Half-time approaching, and Flatley to Walker. This position very much of the Lions' own making, with the knock-on. Again, he wouldn't normally expect to miss from here. And he does. Well, pressure is an overused word, but there's no doubt that Matt Burke must be feeling it to miss that sort of kick. Helps the Lions' mindset. Flatley, Kefu.
Hands off!
Gregan to Flatley. Little show from Gray, but his intention was clear. Gregan again, and when Gregan got moving and playing those passes inside to Finnegan last weekend, that's when Australia really got moving. And a monumental second half, the scrum half in the second test, and he's fizzing there. Out to Andrew Walker, to Joe Rolfe, to Daniel Herbert. It's a beautifully worked score. And when they retain the ball, you can see their greatness.
Herbert, first of all, it's a lovely ball from Walker. Rough, easy as you like, and Herbert is under.
Brewcock retrieving from Corrie's palm. Quinnell. Someone's got to go with him. It's Corrie. Dawson to Henderson, who makes his first break. And Jason Robinson wasn't given the ball. He would have been tackled. Good decision from Henderson. This is Johnson. Back to Wood. Back again to Dawson. Wilkinson comes this way with O'Driscoll. No, it doesn't. Dawson's long pass to Corrie. Johnson tries to barge his way through. Back. Henderson is tackled. All the time the Lions trying to suck in the cover. Referee playing an advantage. Maybe seeing a penalty there. Johnny Wilkinson has a dart. Then it's Neil back. Now it's Scott Quinnell. Dawson. Wilkinson. Missed move in the centre. O'Driscoll. Daffy James. Great tackling from Australia. Marvellous defence there. This will be the final play. Keith Wood. What a way to go down the tunnel if the Lions can get something here. Dawson. Stopped right on the gain line. Keith Wood has got it. They're going to try and blast it. But now Dawson decides to release the backs and give it to Wilkinson, then Robinson. There's certainly numbers waiting on the left. Great retention here. Dawson. Henderson. Stopped by 3. It needed 3. Another advantage. Australians coming offside all the time. Dawson again. Wilkinson. Tom Smith. Well, he dropped the ball.
Number 8.
And the Lions will get a penalty.
On the 5.
All you can say is good luck. The Lions have something to show for that attack, and they needed it. There's 3 points between the two teams at the interval. And the news on Scott Quinnell, hamstring problem, which have been lingering all week, to be honest. Did well to get 40 minutes out of it. Corrie, fine take at the line out. Now remember that shoddy start to the second half last weekend. Well, not so now from the Lions. Can they reproduce first test form? O'Driscoll. Jarvis gets a touch. Dawson to Corrie.
Stay back.
Dawson again. Henderson charging onto that. Well taken by Grucott. Little sidestep too. Now it's Jason Robinson.
Hold open break.
Dawson. Wilkinson. Keith Wood. Oh, what a charge from Wood. Dawson again. Wilkinson, it's a short ball. Henderson fancied it. Thought he could get through.
Stay back. Leave it.
Dawson once more. All about picking the right option and picking the right man. That man is Johnny Wilkinson.
The check, the go. Daniel Herbert can't stop him. He's worked so hard on his mobility and his lightness of foot. Johnny Wilkinson's big moment. He left Cafu for dead now to make this a 7-pointer.
Could make such a difference, but such a long way to go. Wilkinson composes himself after his try to add the conversion. Here's Harrison, Gregan, Nathan Gray, Gregan again, Kefu, scrambling on and nearly getting there, Gregan, oh it must be, it is, Herbert again.
Great strike back from the Wallabies. Easy for Foley. The Lions were sucked in by the power of Kefu. And Gregan, he knew where the support was, he knew where the space was.
Wilkinson looking for width here. O'Driscoll, oh, that is dangerously high. O'Driscoll stooped a bit, yes, but it was still high.
He must kick them down. It's a yellow card. No, he took them high. It's a yellow card. High.
Wilkinson to level. You have to marvel at his coolness. Johnson and Grewcock. And the maul gets going, and there's very little resistance there from Australia because they simply didn't have the men in position, and the Lions go again. Now, if they bring this down, and Foley is trying to bring it down, it'll be a penalty. Dawson to Wilkinson. Long pass wasn't on, he didn't want the interception. It's coming back to Gregan, though, and Walker. But he's done a lot better than that before.
Another marvellous turnover by Australia.
Johnson again to Grewcock. Let's go once more.
3 on the trot to Johnson. Banker ball.
Back leaves it. Lost a little bit of control there, the Lions pack, but no matter because the maul was pulled down. So close, but it might as well have been a long way away. No points for Wilkinson, no points for the Lions. A quarter of the game left.
Finnegan's moved to the front. Do they go Johnson against him?
Was there some pushing? There was. Penalty Australia.
Silly.
Matt Burke. With history weighing heavy on his shoulders, Matt Burke produces a sublime kick. Gregan. Holbeck is on for Australia. Nathan Gray is off. There's Holbeck. This is Gregan and Herbert. It's another penalty. Hands on the floor.
Australia have gripped this game.
It will be an iron grip if this goes over. Burke with history at his feet. Curry. Dawson. Wilkinson. O'Driscoll forced to stop on the take. O'Driscoll going for glory. Dawson again. Wilkinson. Henderson. And stopped. Herbert did well there to get his body in the way. Wilkinson. They're counting down the clock. It's behind Bullshaw. Need to keep it in. Chalmers. It's still alive, I think. Robinson tries to tap it. Walker will run it out. Walker will run it out. And in the end, it's Australia. Their first series win against the Lions.
They'd come so close, but the Lions deprived at the very last. Australia showed just why they are world champions. But every single member of the squad can hold his head up high. These truly were Lions to be proud of.